What if I told you that you are, in all likelihood, a more talented actor than Meryl Streep or Leonardo DiCaprio? Now, I'm not talking about that high school drama class you took. I'm talking about a performance you've been perfecting every single day. A role of a lifetime, with a production budget of $0 that costs you almost everything. It's the role of the version of myself I think other people will like. And the craziest part? You don't even realize you're acting. Think about it. How many versions of you are there? There's the job interview you, who uses words like synergy, ecosystem, and proactive as if you were born in a boardroom. This you nods thoughtfully when the recruiter talks about company culture, while the real you is screaming internally, "What's the salary? And do we get summer Fridays?" Then there's first date you. Oh, this version is a masterpiece. You laugh at all the jokes, even the terrible ones. You pretend to be fascinated by the documentary on 18th century Peruvian textile history they just mentioned. You order a salad, even though your soul is crying out for a large pizza with extra cheese. This you is a maestro of agreeableness, a virtuoso of the vibe. And let's not forget Thanksgiving dinner with the family you. This you is tame, safe. You know exactly which topics to avoid, which opinions to swallow, just to prevent a cross-continental war from breaking out between your uncle and your aunt. You are the Switzerland of the dinner table, neutral, peaceful, and a little boring. And of course, there's social media you, the meticulously curated you, a museum exhibit of your best moments, the trips, the photogenic meals, the impossibly tidy workspace. Nobody posts a picture of themselves eating instant ramen in dirty sweatpants while having a full-blown panic attack on a deadline. We are the curators of our own lives, and we only display the finest art. So, here's the question. Amongst all these carefully crafted personas, where's the real you? And why do we spend so much damn energy creating and maintaining these masks? The answer, my friends, is both depressingly simple and astonishingly complex. It all stems from one of the most primal human fears, a fear greater than spiders, heights, or your phone running out of battery. It's the fear of judgment, the fear of being disliked, the fear of not being accepted. Our brains are essentially still running on a prehistoric operating system. Back in our hunter-gatherer days, being rejected by the tribe meant death. If you were different, if you did something that pissed off the group, you were cast out. Alone in the wilderness, you'd become lunch for a saber-toothed tiger. So a powerful line of code was written into our DNA. Fit in, don't rock the boat, be liked, or you will die. Now, in today's world, your coworker not liking your idea in a meeting doesn't mean you're going to get eaten by a tiger. The person from the date not texting you back isn't going to get you kicked out of the nice warm cave. But our ancient lizard brain doesn't know that. To it, social rejection triggers the same 5-alarm life-or-death fire drill. A negative comment on Instagram, a dirty look from your boss, getting left on red by the group chat. These are our modern-day saber-toothed tigers. And so, we become social chameleons. We develop this uncanny ability to read the room. We walk into a space and our brain instantly runs a diagnostic scan. Who's the alpha here? What are the unwritten rules? What's the acceptable sense of humor? What should I say, wear, and do to be safe, to be accepted? And boom, within nanoseconds, we've selected the appropriate mask from our collection and slapped it on. It's a brilliant survival mechanism, you have to admit. It helped us get this far. But what's the price of this safety? The first cost is exhaustion. Do you have any idea how much energy it takes to act, to constantly monitor other people's reactions, to filter your words, to remember the little white lies you told? Oh yeah, I love experimental jazz. It's a full-time, unpaid job, and it drains your mental battery. That's why so many of us, after a long day of socializing, just want to curl up under a blanket and not speak to a single soul. It's not because we're antisocial, it's because we're tired of performing. The second cost, and perhaps the more painful one, is a profound sense of loneliness, even in a crowd. When you're wearing a mask and they're wearing a mask, who is actually connecting with whom? The masks are talking to each other. Your representative is shaking hands with their representative. You get the approval, the likes, the invitations, but they aren't for you. They're for the fictional character you created. And deep down, you know it. But this creates a strange, hollow feeling, this nagging fear that if they ever saw the real you, the you with weird opinions, uncool hobbies, insecurities, and bad days, they'd run for the hills. This is the root of the imposter syndrome so many talented people feel. They live in constant fear of being found out. And the third cost is stagnation. When you're terrified of being judged, you never take risks. You don't pitch that crazy, potentially brilliant idea at work. You don't start that art project you've been dreaming about because you're afraid people will laugh. You don't tell a friend the hard truth they need to hear because you're afraid of hurting their feelings. You choose the safe path, the path of mediocrity. You trade your own potential for the temporary approval of people you might not even like that much. Congratulations, you have successfully pleased everyone except yourself. So, what's the solution? Just be yourself? Oh, please. That is the most useless piece of advice of all time. After years of wearing a dozen different masks, who even knows what yourself is anymore? Is it the nerdy kid from middle school, the cool kid from college, or the diligent office worker you are now? Ripping off the mask dramatically sounds great in a movie, but in real life, it just leaves you feeling panicked and vulnerable. No. The path to authenticity is much more subtle. It's not a revolution, it's a quiet evolution. The first step is simply awareness. Start observing yourself like a scientist. When you're in a conversation, have a little part of your mind step back and just notice. Ah, there's my awkwardly polite persona making an appearance. I'm nodding along to something I completely disagree with. Don't judge, don't beat yourself up. Just notice the mask. Oh, look, there's over-the-top funny you trying to steal the show again. Recognizing that you're performing is the first step toward choosing not to. The second step is what I call authenticity gym reps, tiny acts of bravery. You don't have to start by confessing your deepest, darkest secrets. Start small. The next time someone asks if you like that movie everyone is raving about but you thought was a total bore, try saying, it wasn't really for me. That's it. See what happens. Does the sky fall? Do people look at you like you've grown a second head? Probably not. They'll probably just say, oh, okay, and move on. And you'll realize the world isn't as fragile as you thought. Try ordering what you actually want to eat on a date. Try admitting, I've actually never heard of that band, instead of pretending you have. Every time you do one of these small, authentic acts, you make that bravery muscle a little bit stronger. The third step is understanding a crucial truth. Authenticity is a fantastic filter. As you start to be more real, some people won't like it. They were comfortable with your easygoing mask. They might drift away. And here's the best part. Let them. The people who can only handle the fake version of you don't belong in your life anyway. Your authenticity will repel the wrong people, and it will act like a magnet for the right ones. You will find your tribe. The people you can be around without a mask. The people you can say dumb things to and share your fears with. And instead of leaving, they say, me too. That is real connection. And finally, redefine what yourself even means. You are not a static, fixed thing. You are a process, a constantly changing river. Being authentic doesn't mean you have to be the same person you were 10 years ago. It means being true to who you are right now. Today, you might be introverted and quiet. Tomorrow, you might be energized and social. Both are you. Authenticity isn't about finding one single core and clinging to it for dear life. It's about giving yourself permission to be complex, to be contradictory, to evolve. This journey of taking off the masks isn't about showing the world a perfect, flawless you. It's the opposite. It's about finally allowing yourself to just be a person. Sometimes awkward, sometimes wrong, sometimes brilliant, and always a work in progress. We wear the mask to protect ourselves from judgment, to be accepted into a world where everyone else seems to have it all figured out. But maybe, just maybe, that protection is the most sophisticated prison ever built. It keeps out the pain, but it also keeps out the real love. It keeps out the failure, but it also denies us the chance to truly succeed. So the next time you're about to step onto a social stage and you instinctively reach for a mask, just pause for a second. Ask yourself, who is this mask really protecting? And what is it protecting them from? And is the safety it offers really worth the price you're paying? Modern life is full of human logic errors, and we just deciphered them with a bit of satirical humor using stick figures. Now, it's your turn. Leave a comment and tell us, what is the slightly funny, normal thing people do that makes absolutely no sense? Thanks for watching on Logic Loop, where humorous life logic meets animated commentary. If this got you thinking, leave a comment, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe for more fun videos about modern life using easy-to-understand stick figures. See you in the next video!